Hi students, welcome back. Today we are discussing certain problems related to equations of motion. Our first question, a balloon is going up with a velocity 12 meter per second. A balloon which ascends with a velocity 12 meter per second, that is given. A balloon which is ascends with a velocity. A balloon which is ascends with a velocity 12 meter per second. Okay. It releases a packet at a height 65 meter from the ground. Okay, when the balloon reaches a height 65 meter from the ground, releases a packet. Okay, the balloon releases a packet when it is at a height 65 meter from the ground. Okay, here the balloon releases a packet. Okay. How much time will the packet reach the ground? Okay, we want to find out the time taken by the packet to reach the ground. Okay, to find out that, first of all, we want to know what about the path of the released packet. For this, we know that the velocity of the balloon is 12 meter per second. When the balloon reaches a height of 65 meter from the ground, it possesses a velocity equal to 12 meter per second. Then what about the velocity of the packet? Packet is also attached to the balloon, so the velocity of the packet is equal to 12 meter per second. Then because of inertia, the packet after detaching from the balloon also moves up. Okay, so the path of the packet after releasing it from the balloon is just like this. When the body moves in this manner, the distance covered by the body can be calculated by using the formula S is equal to minus ut plus half gt square. This is the formula used to find out the answer. Okay, here we know that S is equal to 65 meter. U, the value of U is equal to 12 meter per second because the packet is, the initial velocity of the packet is equal to 12 meter per second. The value of G is taken as 10. Then the only unknown quantity is time. We can calculate the quantity from this equation. Okay, then on substituting the values, S is equal to 65. Then 65 equal to minus 12 into t plus g is taken as 10, then 10 by 2 is equal to 5, then 5t square. Then on rearranging, 5t square minus 12t minus 65 equal to 0. Okay, this is a second degree equation. From this second degree equation, we want to find out time. Then time t is equal to, on solving the second degree equation, we can use the formula minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. That's equal to minus 12. Here minus 12, minus of minus 12 is equal to plus 12 plus or minus root of 12 square for 144 minus 4 into A is equal to 5 into C is equal to minus 65, therefore here plus into 65 divided by 2 into 5. Okay, that's equal to 12 plus or minus root of 144 plus 1300 divided by 10. Okay, that's equal to 12 plus or minus root of 1444 divided by 10. It's equal to 12 plus or minus 38 divided by 10. That's equal to 50 by 10. Equal to 5 seconds. Okay. Therefore, the time taken by the packet to reach the ground is equal to 5 seconds. Okay. S is equal to minus ut plus half gt square is the equation used. That equation is very important in entrance point of view. Our next question. A balloon is at a height of 12.8 meter and it is ascends with a velocity 12 meter per second. A balloon which ascends with a velocity 12 meter per second and it is at a height of 12.8 meter from the ground. A body of 2 kg weight is dropped from it. Okay, a body of 2 kg weight is dropped from it. It will reach the ground in. Here also we want to find out the time. This question is just similar to that of the first question. What about the path of the body? A path of the body is just like this. The detached body first ascends because of inertia and then descends. Okay, in this type of questions, we can use the same formula. S is equal to minus ut plus half gt square. Okay, this question is just similar to that of first. Then we can substitute this value of S as 12.8. 12.8 is equal to minus u. U is equal to 12. 12 into t plus g is taken as 10. Then 5t square. Okay. Then on rearranging, 5t square minus 12t minus 12.8 is equal to 0. This is second degree equation. Then by using the formula minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, we can find out the time taken by the body to reach the ground. Okay. Now we can substitute the value of b, a and c in this equation. Then time t is equal to 12 plus or minus root of b square. B square is equal to 144 minus 2 into minus 4 into a. A is equal to 5. Okay, 5 into 12.8 minus 12.8 is the, therefore here it's equal to plus, divided by 2 into 5. Okay, that's equal to 12 plus or minus root of 144 plus 256 divided by 10. That's equal to 12 plus or minus root of 400 divided by 10. That's equal to 12 plus or minus 20 divided by 10. That is equal to 32 divided by 10 equal to 3.2. Okay, 3.2 second is the answer. The time taken by the body to reach the ground is equal to 3.2. Okay. A third question. The motor of an electric train can give an acceleration of 1 meter per second square and the brakes can give a negative acceleration of 3 meter per second square. Okay. The electric train can give an acceleration. Acceleration is given 1 meter per second square. Then the brake can give a retardation. Negative acceleration means retardation of 3 meter per second square. The shortest time in which the train can make a trip between two stations 1215 meter apart is. In this question, we want to find out the shortest time in which the train can make a trip between the two stations which are at a distance 1215 meter. Okay. For this, we can draw a graph just like this. First of all, the train ascends. First of all, the train accelerates at a rate alpha. That's equal to 1 meter per second square. Then decelerates or retards with an acceleration beta and comes to rest. When the body which starts from rest accelerates at a constant rate alpha for a given time interval and then decelerates at a constant rate beta and comes to rest. The total time taken for this movement is t. Then the average acceleration during this journey can be written by using the formula average acceleration equal to alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta. This is also very important. Average acceleration is equal to alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta. Then how can we find out the velocity from this equation? Acceleration is known, then velocity v is equal to alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta. Acceleration into time. We know that acceleration is equal to velocity by time. Then velocity is equal to acceleration into time. Okay. Therefore, velocity here it's equal to average acceleration into time. This is the equation for the velocity. This is the equation for the average acceleration. Now we can find out the displacement of the body. Displacement S is equal to. We know that the body starts from rest. Therefore, we can use the equation S is equal to half AT square. S is equal to half AT square. Instead of A, we can substitute that value. Then S is equal to half into alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta into T square. Okay. Here, we want to find out, in this question, we want to find out the shortest time in which the train can make a trip between two stations which are at a distance 1215 meter. Okay. Here the distance is given, acceleration alpha is given, deceleration or retardation beta is given, then we can find out the time. Okay, by using this equation, we can find out the time taken by the train to make the trip between two stations. Okay, these are the formulas related to this particular portions. What about the average acceleration? What about the velocity? And what about the displacement? Okay, so we can use the equation S is equal to half into alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta into T square. Here alpha is equal to acceleration is given, that is 1 meter per second square. Beta is given, that is equal to 3 meter per second square. And distance S is equal to 1215 meter. That's given. Then we can find out the time T as T is equal to 2S into alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta root of. Okay. Then on substituting this value equal to root of 2 into 1215 into alpha plus beta, that is 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 divided by alpha into beta, that is 1 into 3. Okay. Then on solving these values, we get it as root of 3240. That is approximated as 57 seconds. Okay. Approximate value of time between the two stations, the time taken to make a trip between the two stations is 57 seconds. Okay. Next question. A particle accelerates from rest at a constant rate for some time and attains a velocity 8 meter per second. Okay. Here also the particle accelerates at a constant rate and attains a velocity 8 meter per second. The final velocity attained is 8 meter per second. Okay, starting from rest. Okay, here the velocity time graph is just like this. Okay. Afterwards, it decelerates at the same constant rate and comes to rest. Okay. It decelerates and comes to rest. Okay. If the total time taken is 4 seconds, the total time taken is equal to, total time taken is 4 seconds, then the distance travelled is. We want to find out the distance travelled. Okay. In the first case, when the body accelerates, we can write the equation V is equal to U plus AT. Here the body accelerates at a constant rate. Okay. Here the velocity V is equal to, initial velocity is equal to 0 and final velocity is equal to 8 meter per second. Therefore, V can be written as 8 and U is equal to 0 plus A into T. Then acceleration A is equal to 8 divided by T. That's equal to, here the total time is equal to 4 seconds. Then we can take, for the first, for accelerating the body, it's equal to 2 seconds. And for retarding the body, again it takes 2 seconds. Okay. Then acceleration is equal to 8 by T. That's equal to 8 by 2 equal to 4 seconds. 4 meter per second square. Okay. Then in the case of retardation, we can use the formula V is equal to U minus A into T. What about the initial velocity here? Initial velocity in the case of retardation is 8. And final velocity, finally it comes to rest. Therefore, the final velocity is equal to 0 minus A into T. T is equal to 2 seconds. Then we can write 2A is equal to 8. Then A is equal to 4. 4 meter per second square. Okay. In this case, the acceleration of the body is 4 meter per second square. That is, alpha value is known. Then retardation of the body is also known and it's also equal to 4 meter per second square. The total time is also known. Total time taken is equal to 4 seconds. Therefore, we can use the formula S is equal to, displacement S is equal to half into alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta into T square. Okay, that's equal to half into, instead of alpha we can write 4. 4 into beta is equal to 4 divided by 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8 into T square. T square is equal to 4 square. 4 square is equal to 16. Then on cancelling this, the answer is 4 into 4. Displacement S is equal to 16. Okay. Then displacement of the body S is equal to, total distance is equal to 16 meter. That one is the answer. Okay. First of all, we can find out the value of acceleration. Then we can find out value of deceleration. Then substituting the value of alpha and beta in the equation, S is equal to half into alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta into T square. We get the displacement or the distance travelled by the body is 16 meter. Okay. Our next question. The linear speed of a second hand of a wall clock is 1.05 centimeter per second. The linear speed V is equal to 1.05 centimeter. Centimeter 10 raised to minus 2. That meter per second, that is given. Velocity is equal to 1.05 or speed is equal to 1.05 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter per second, that is given. Then the length of the second hand. We want to find out the length of second hand. We know that velocity is equal to distance divided by time. Therefore, distance is equal to velocity into time. What about the distance covered by the second hand? Distance covered by the second hand, that can be taken as 2 pi r if r is the radius. 2 pi r is equal to v into t. Okay, then radius r is equal to v into t divided by 2 pi. Okay, velocity is given. Velocity is equal to 1.05 into 10 raised to minus 2 into time t is equal to 60 seconds divided by, for one trip it takes 60 seconds, divided by 2 into pi is equal to 3.14. Okay, 1.05 cancel to 3.14, approximately 3 times. 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Therefore, 3 into 2 equal to 6. Therefore, it is cancelled to 60, then 10. That's equal to 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, or it's equal to 10 centimeter. Okay. Radius of the second hand is equal to 10 centimeter. The length of the second hand is approximately 10 centimeter. Okay. In this case, we can use the formula velocity is equal to distance by time. Distance is equal to velocity into time. Here the distance travelled in one rotation, that is equal to 2 pi r. 2 pi r is equal to v into t. Okay. Here the time taken by the second hands to complete one rotation is equal to 60 seconds. Therefore, t is equal to 60. Then on solving, we got the answer as 10 centimeter. Okay. Our next question. A bus starts moving with an acceleration 2 meter per second square. Okay. Here there is a bus which moves with an acceleration. Acceleration of the bus is equal to 2 meter per second square. Here the bus begins to start. Okay, the bus starts moving. Therefore, what about the initial velocity of the bus? Initial velocity of the bus is equal to 0. Okay. A motorcyclist who was 100 meter behind the bus. A motorcyclist is there who is 100 meter behind the bus. Motorcyclist is 100 meter behind the bus, is moving simultaneously towards the bus with a constant speed of 20 meter per second. Speed of the motorcyclist is given. Speed of the motorcyclist is 20 meter per second. Okay. What about its speed? The motorcyclist moves with a constant speed. Okay. Here the motorcyclist moves with a constant speed. Therefore, what about the acceleration of the motorcyclist? Acceleration is equal to 0. Okay. Then, after what time will be able to overtake the bus? Okay, we want to find out the time taken by the motorcyclist to overcome the bus. Okay. Then, in the first case, in the case of bus, what about the distance travelled by the bus? Distance travelled by the bus S is equal to ut plus half at square. By using this formula, we can find out the distance travelled by the bus. Okay. Then S is equal to initial velocity is equal to 0. Therefore, the first term cancelled. Then it's equal to half into A. Acceleration of the bus is equal to 2 into t square. 2 get cancelled. Therefore, displacement of the bus or distance travelled by the bus S is equal to t square. This is the distance travelled by the bus. Okay. Now we want to find out what about the distance traveled by the motorcyclist. Distance traveled by the motorcyclist can be written as 100 meter plus distance traveled by the bus. Okay, distance traveled by the motorcyclist is 100 meter plus distance traveled by the bus. Distance traveled by the bus is equal to t square. Okay, s is equal to t square, that is the distance traveled by the bus. Now, to overtake the bus, what about the total distance traveled by the motorcyclist? Then motorcyclist travels a distance of 100 plus t square, that is equal to ut. What about u? U is equal to 20. In the case of motorcyclist, u is equal to 20 into t plus half at square. What about the acceleration of the motorcyclist? Acceleration of the motorcyclist is equal to 0. Therefore, the second term becomes equal to 0. Okay. Then 100 plus t square equal to 20t. Then on rearranging this equation, t square minus 20t plus 100 equal to 0. Okay. Now we got a second degree equation. On solving the second degree equation, we get the answer t is equal to 10 seconds. T is equal to 10 seconds is the time taken by the motorcyclist to overtake the bus. Okay. In this question, first of all, we want to find out what about the distance traveled by the bus. Distance traveled by the bus, s is equal to t square by using the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. In second case, we want to find out what about the distance traveled by the motorcyclist to overcome the bus. To overcome the bus, motorcyclist wants to cover a distance which is equal to 100 meter plus distance traveled by the bus. Therefore, 100 plus t square, that is equal to 20 into t plus 0 by using this equation. Then on rearranging, we got a second degree equation. From that second degree equation, we get the answer as t equal to 10 seconds. Okay. I think these questions are clear for you. If you like this video, please subscribe and enable the bell button. Thank you.